It's time for Talking Shit. Hey, what's up? It's my black ass. It's time for Talking Shit. I promised you something really special, and now is the time to present it to you. What I have today, or what we have here today, who we have here today, is a band. One of my friends here is in this band. The name of the band is called Set on Right. Okay, I'm going to introduce everybody one at a time. Right here on my immediate right is Steve. He's in charge of the vocals. Then we have Eddie, who is he's on guitar, and Tyler, right here next to Eddie, he plays bass, and Braden, the drummer, is not here. He didn't feel like coming down and talking no shit. No, I'm just kidding. Braden is tied up with other things. Okay, so here we are. We're here. We're doing this thing. Let's get right into it. First of all, I want to talk about, or whatever you guys want to talk about later, but I understand that you guys have two demos out, demo 2012 and demo 2013. Tell us a little bit about that. Let's talk about the first one. Where'd you guys record that?
First off, they can be found at bandcamp.com with a little / set on right.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him did the first one, which were just samples to write the songs pretty much. So the first one is songs that we recorded them to write, but made them available so people could listen. But they were recorded pretty much it was before the band was formed when we recorded the first ones. It was just me and him that recorded the first one.
How long have you guys been together?
Oh man, we've been together for a while, but
Like
we've been playing music
together?
for a long time.
No, I mean like the band.
Okay.
The gay show is next week. No, I'm just kidding. But how long have you guys been in the band together?
October we started.
Right on. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically...
October 2012.
Okay, that was 2012. Now, demo 2013, when did you guys do that one? Because that was a year.
After the band was formed, we got all the songs together. We made it a point to, even if it was going to be a shitty recording or a good recording, that we were going to record the songs right away so they were recorded. So our buddy Rob from Constant Struggle, it's another band that we play with a bunch, has some, I wouldn't say makeshift, but it's not the most professional thing, took care of us, and we recorded the best we could in his garage.
That was on February, right?
Around then.
Yeah, February 5th, actually.
I
Right?
love that.
That was your birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's on February
Wow.
5th.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing. Before we started shooting, we were talking about a couple of your songs a little bit. Maybe let's talk a little bit about Don't Let Go. It seems that Tyler was interested in that song. What's that song? Steve wrote it. What is it about?
Well, basically, it's like the song, I wrote it on the fact that, like, I've seen a lot of friends die. I've seen a lot of friends go away, and I've seen a lot of friends kind of just go into different things.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things were, was the lifestyle that I was into a lot, which is drugs and alcohol, and trying to just, basically escape from reality. And when I wrote Don't Let Go, I wrote it basically in the light of saying that as long as we all stay together, there's a way out. There's a way to pass through this. And basically,
So when you write these songs, do you talk to Tyler? Do you talk to Eddie, or you just write all this stuff down and then you go, hey, this is the song, and then you guys just create the music? How does it work? What's it mechanically?
He writes a lot of the music himself too. Me and him, I'd say, write most of the music, and Tyler's starting to get into that where he's becoming a musical contributor.
Mm-hmm.
But that song in particular, Steve did everything. And when soon as he showed it to us, we were just like, that one's cool.
Right.
The first line in the song says it all: reach out and grab it, my hand is there for when you need it.
Wow.
Kind of like a brotherhood.
Right. We're also, in addition to what these gentlemen are telling us, we're gonna have a link at the bottom of this video. You're gonna look down there. You'll see the link, and you can click and go.
Is it right here?
It's right here. Yeah, like right here.
The link is like right here.
Right. Look down there and link on.
Click it.
You talked a little bit about your the healthy lifestyle aspect, or the connection to that with Don't Let Go. Talk a little bit more about healthy lifestyle. What do you mean by healthy lifestyle? You mean, not partying, or what the fuck?
Yeah, it has to do with not partying, not drinking, not using drugs, not trying to, indulge too much and
Being out of control.
Yeah, being out of control and even food-wise, because right. I'll tell you the truth, I try to be healthy when it comes down to eating, but I'm just kind of like a junk food maniac. But I exercise a lot too.
See, we got to get these brothers on our talking shit show, our Time to Eat program. We have a program called Time to Eat, and where I cook meals and stuff to get your asses in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And help out. Yeah, that would be beautiful. And you bring
I'll
your
hold
own
you to
recipe.
that.
Yeah, we'll film it, tape it. Okay, a couple of issues that Steve and I talked about, and then talk about a little bit before we started filming some of the issues that you guys deal with as musicians in the community, and one of them is all age shows. Most shows start at 21 and over. What's going on with that? What's your problem with that?
Tyler and I are very fond of a band called Fugazi. Fugazi was a band that started in the late 80s on the East Coast.
You said Fugazi, not Bungazi, right?
Fugazi.
Okay, because I want people talking shit about Obama.
Nah,
Not on
Fugazi.
this fucking show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was a band that is, they made a point. Their whole career was spent never playing an all-age show, and that their whole idea was making their music available for everyone to see, not discriminating upon someone based on the year that they were born. I can't go see a band because I'm 16 years old.
Right.
I can't get in this club to see this band because I'm 17 years old. And me and him saw a video on it. All three of us, we snuck into shows our entire musical career. So it never affected me personally. If there was a show that had an age limit, I didn't give a fuck. We were in there regardless. I don't know how I've seen him get thrown out of a window of a club. We've hid under tables to see the bands. We've done it all.
And it's really kind of cool that you guys are trying to be spokes. But I recall there being like certain clubs like in West Hollywood and Hollywood where there is like an 18 and under night or whatever. There's no stipulation. They don't.
There's plenty places that don't care.
Yeah,
there's plenty of places that have no limit, and there's clubs that don't serve alcohol that are strictly for music, so people can be in there. But then there's, you go to big clubs in Hollywood, the Key Club and the Whiskey and the Roxy,
And they won't let the guys.
No, this is why it's so sensitive to me. Is those are clubs that do allow it. There's kids can go in there. You'll see a 14-year-old kid slam dancing to the Cro-Mags and a 45-year-old gentleman next to him slamming a beer, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's available for all of them. Then you got clubs in our hometown, Hermosa Beach, like St. Rock and the Brixton
Saloon.
and Hermosa Saloon. And granted, you're a bar, I get it. You're not going to let kids in your bar. But St. Rock and the Brixton are music establishments. They claim that their job is to present music to people.
And they contradict that when they're trying to.
Well, then they've got an age limit so they can make their alcohol sales. Are you a bar or a music establishment?
Right.
And all I think is the distinction needs to be made to where if you're going to be a music establishment, make it available for people. Because they're basically saying that their music is not available for people under the age of 21.
See, I like these people. We're going to start some shit, not just talking, right? So what about the idea of writing? Have you ever thought about, like, and this is just a wild idea, have you ever written a song to kind of display the anxiety or the frustration of this issue? Because I want some like royalty money off of that shit. Like, see, you see what I just did? I came up with something. But wouldn't it be a good idea to kind of think about that?
Yeah, we did write a song that's going on the next album. We wrote it next week.
Oh, wow.
It'll be on the...
What's it called?
I don't know, we wrote it next week.
Oh, okay. Funny. What about Dead and Gone? Talk about that. What about you? Tyler, say something. You make me feel like you're finna assassinate my brother. What about Dead and Gone? What do you know about that? Did you write that? Who wrote Dead and Gone?
Steve wrote that one.
Steve wrote that. Oh, you wrote out a song.
I wrote that one, yeah.
What's that song about?
people who are dead and gone.
Your old friends, people you remember.
Yeah, that one also has to do about friends claiming that they don't stand a chance, but really it's the reason why they don't stand a chance is because they don't want to take the time or at least take the consideration of asking for help or
Right.
at least leaning on the rest of our friends for help, which is something that I did a lot too. So a lot of what I write about is based on my experience on who I was too. Yeah.
That stuff is really healthy.
Yeah.
Last couple of things because we're running out of time. Do you have a Facebook page for the band?
Our 2 accounts that we have is Set on Right, can be found on Facebook, and our Bandcamp account, which is displaying all of our music that's on it.
We also got a couple shows coming up.
Okay, good.
Just
Tell
put
me
that out
about one of them or 2 of them.
D Piazzas in Long Beach. We're playing there on the 30th. We play
Say that slower, right into the camera. We got a lot
D
of
Piazzas
mentally ill people
in
that
Long
watch
Beach,
us.
California.
California.
We're playing with an old school hardcore band called Don't Know, and Last Line of Defense, which are our bros from San Pedro, and the Neckties, our local boys from Hermosa. The last of the hardcore in Hermosa Beach.
Have you ever heard of
Last
a band
up.
called the Mormons?
No.
They're fucking cool, dude. We'll talk about that later off camera. Talk to me this last song called Victim. What's that about?
Oh, Victim. That's a good one. I also wrote that song too. It's
about Joe motherfucker.
It's about me, man. Yeah, it's about me, dude.
Motherfucker right here.
I mean, the lyrics of the song. There's only a couple lyrics to it, and basically it's lost control of my life, lost control of my mind. To wrap it up, and then the chorus is I'm such a victim of circumstance, right?
Wow.
Because I'm basically just crying and bullshitting about why things aren't going my way and why can't it just go my way,
So that's part of that, being a victim is really easy. All you got to do is just, be whining about stuff and not get that help that you talked about. It's I do it quite a bit sometimes.
Yeah. I actually wrote that song with a friend of mine. His name's Ethan.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He's on there. Ethan actually is a musician himself, and he is one of the members of our crew here for this station for Talking Shit and Black Man's Hand Production. I mean, he's a part of our company here. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Asian. I mean, I'm black. He's Asian. We got a lot of it's a mixture here. We're not bullshitting. This is a new life for everybody. Shit.
Kill Whitey.
Yeah, no, not kill. Shit, man, if you kill certain white people, I'm dead. If it wasn't for saying white people.
Be nice.
Yeah, be nice. And let's all get together and feel all right, like Bob Marley. Talk to me a little bit, not the history of punk music or hardcore punk. Let's start there. What's the difference between regular punk rock music and hardcore punk? Because culturally, I don't know the difference.
We all grew up listening to punk rock. Punk rock, I think, in a nutshell, is more so got the aspect of rock and roll in it still.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore punk rock, I'd say most hardcore bands are definitely talented, but put it all on the table and throw groove out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, we're all about heavy riffs and getting grooving, but it's more so just about, if I'm not quoting everyone, but pure aggression and pure anger and pure feeling, as opposed to just the bands that we do like are all punk rock bands, just keeping that little bit more groove that you can get a steady dance in the pit.
Right. And one of the things that's always fascinated me is kind of like the bass line or what Tyler does. And how, with that kind of speed and that kind of momentum and this style of music, how do you feel that how long have you been a bass player?
Probably about 11 years.
Oh, so shit, I gotta ask you shit. I mean, because to me it just seems it would be hard to because I know how I've never really seen you perform, but I've seen him kind of act up a little bit. It just seems like I don't know how a bass player could keep track and keep time. Do you ever fuck up while you guys are performing? Do you ever screw up or get off a little bit?
Steve does the most.
Yeah. But I make it work, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, nobody's perfect.
Right. But it
Definitely
all
not
works
Steve.
out. I've heard some good stuff from Ethan about your band. He really likes it. And he's very picky and moody and bitchy and stuff like that. But I love him. He's one of my best friends. And he really likes you guys. So
Really?
That's
That's
actually
pretty cool.
pretty, it looks like a compliment. Because it's hard to please certain people. All right. Well, that's all the time we have right now. I want to thank my friends Steve, Eddie, Tyler, and In Spirit Bryden.
Braden.
Braden. He gonna kick my mother.
He wasn't going to say anything anyway.
Anyway, I'm grateful to be here. I'm glad my friends were here, and we'll see you next time. We're gonna hold them to the commitment of doing It's Time to Eat episode. Well, at least maybe those who want to. I mean, you like fried chicken?
Oh yeah.
Good. It'd be good to see 3 white guys cooking fried chicken for a black man. Anyway, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us.
Go Dodgers.
Bye. Okay, that's it. Cut it out. All right, guys.